Hello and welcome to National Assembly Watch. On today's episode, we'll be updating you on the recent happenings in the Senate National Assembly. Firstly, the Chairman Senate Services Committee has dismissed public outcry over the purchase of Prado Landcruisers Sport Utility Vehicles (SUVs) for 469 federal lawmakers as misplaced priorities. Sunday Karimi, who stated this during an interview with journalists after Senate plenary in Abuja on Tuesday, explained that the Senate took cognizance of a lot of factors, including cost, effectiveness, durability, and the poor state of most Nigerian roads before settling for the SUVs. He also described public attention on the utility vehicles of lawmakers as unfair because the situation was worse at the executive level when ministers who weren't elected rode in a convoy of several of such vehicles without a whimper from either the media or the public. The House of Representatives has resolved to invite the Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria over the bank's decision to lift the restriction on forex supply on 43 imported items. The decision was sequel to a unanimous adoption of a motion by Rep. Sada Soli, APC Kaduna State, at plenary on Tuesday. Some of the items include rice, cement, margarine, palm kernel, palm oil products, vegetable oils, meat and processed meat products, poultry and processed poultry products, tin fish in sauce, geisha, sardine, cold rolled steel sheets, galvanized steel sheets, amongst others. Moving the motion solely recalled that the CBN imposed the restrictions in June 2015 to conserve the foreign exchange reserves and promote local production of certain goods, including about 11 food items. It recalled that on October 12th, the Apex Bank announced, amongst other issues, the lift on forex restriction placed on 43 items. According to Rep. Bada, some of the items have tariffs to protect local industries as they are part of the import prohibition list. Solly expressed concern that the decision of the bank will greatly affect local production of items such as rice, cement, and palm oil, amongst others. The lawmaker stated that it will force local manufacturers to hold the short end of the stick, leading to factory closure and ultimately eroding capacity to build the country's local economy. Solly also added that lifting of the forex restriction on the importation of 43 items may not have meaningful impact on the rising food inflation because of soaring exchange rates. In his ruling, the Speaker of the House, Rep. Tajuddin Abbas, pursuant to Section 8, 4AB and Section 5B of the CBN Act 2007, states that the CBN governor should be invited. It mandated the committees on custom and finance to interface with the governor to explain reasons for the decision. Moving on, the House of Representatives has called for an investigation into Friday's robbery attack on 4 banks in Otukpo, Benue State, in which a police DPO and 2 female police officers were killed. This followed a motion of urgent public importance sponsored by Honorable Blessing Ono. The House also asked the Nigerian Police, Department of State Services, DSS, and other security agencies to, as a matter of urgency, to arrest and prosecute the perpetrator of the heinous act. The House also condemned in strong terms the gruesome and brutal of security personnel, bank officials, and other law-abiding members of the community, while asking the government to increase the security architecture within the town and its environs to prevent reoccurrence. Honorable Onu had informed the House that on Friday, October 20th, at about 3 p.m., Otukpo, a relatively peaceful town in Benue State, was invaded by heavily armed gunmen numbering over 20. According to her, these gunmen held the community under siege for over 2 hours. They wreaked havoc using rocket launchers, dynamite, AK-47 rifles, and other sophisticated weapons. She examined that these yet-to-be-identified gunmen started their killing spree by attacking the vigilante group, which is the first line in Homeland Security, before proceeding to the Otukpo police station, killing the divisional police officer and 3 other female police officers. She listed the bank attacks were Stanbic IBTC, Zenith, UBA, and First Bank, adding that several persons were killed in the bank premises and many others sustained gunshot injuries. Onu stressed that residents are currently feeling traumatized by last Friday's incident and are greatly feeling unsafe as the security architecture of Otukpo community, particularly the police and vigilantes, are badly demoralized. The Minister of State for Education revealed that the implementation of safe school policy to prevent schools from further attacks has commenced. Dr. Yusuf Sununu disclosed this in an interview with reporters on Tuesday on the responses to abduction of school children around the country. Yusuf stated that the ministry had instituted a joint committee with the Ministry of Finance, Nigerian Security, Civil Defense Corps, and other security organizations with national repute Emergency Response Coordination Center. According to him, the essence of the center is to provide community with information on the possibility and early signs of attack, and once that is done, we put our proactive measure to see how we cannot allow the attacks to happen. Sununu added that if the attacks became imminent, the Joint Committee would quickly move ahead to evacuate the students from the area prone to the attack. He also added that if the attack unfortunately happened, then the security agents can work hand to hand to ensure that the abducted children were rescued within the shortest time. Finally, on the National Assembly watch today, the Senate has set up an ad hoc committee to probe the expenditure of 11.35 trillion on the turnaround maintenance (TAM) of the country's refineries by the federal government over a 13-year period, 2010 to 2023. This was sequel to a motion sponsored by Senator Sunday Steve for APC Kogi West. The ad hoc committee was mandated to conduct the investigations in conjunction with the Senate Committee on Downstream. Deputy Senate President Jibrin Barau, who presided over plenary, in his remarks, demanded that all those who had taken money meant for the TAM should be made to give accounts. Senator Issa Jibrin was named as chairman of the ad hoc panel, which is to conduct the probe alongside the chairman of the Senate Committees on Petroleum Resources Downstream, Upstream, Gas, Finance, Appropriation, and Public Accounts. The committee was given 4 weeks within which to submit its report. While seconding the motion, Senator Issa Jibrin Ochocho stated that the motion brought to the fore the worrisome situation in Nigeria. According to him, 4.7 trillion naira was spent on operating costs when the refineries were not functional. In his contribution, Senator Adams Oshimole, APC Edo North, added that the Senate must ensure proper oversight functions to ensure Nigerians enjoy value for their tax. That is the show for today. We'd like you to subscribe and engage us on YouTube. It is Voice of the People TV, and on other social media channels at VOP TV Live. I'm Esther Wak.